Imagine this. The world you experience, every color you see, every word you speak, every breath you take, is crafted not from matter, but from vibration. Invisible, yet undeniable. This is not science fiction. This is quantum reality. Everything around you is energy. It's not an abstract concept. It's the architecture of existence. From the pulse of a heartbeat to the trajectory of galaxies, energy is the silent composer of all things. And here's the pivotal truth, that energy isn't fixed. It responds to you. You are not merely a bystander in the universe. You are its co-creator. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take, it all vibrates. It all resonates. And that resonance, that frequency, it determines what you attract. It shapes the very reality you call your life. Part 1. The frequency of you. Now imagine being able to consciously tune your vibration, to dial in on the frequency of success, love, peace, abundance. Not forcefully, not through struggle, effortlessly. Just as a radio finds its station, you can find your alignment. And when you do, your world changes. This is not a motivational slogan. It's universal law. Your frequency is the silent script behind everything you experience. Like music playing in the background of a film, it sets the tone for your life, whether you're aware of it or not. And when you finally listen, really listen, you realize the melody has always been yours to compose. Let this be the beginning of a new awareness. You are not here by accident. You're here to remember who you are. Energy defined by consciousness. Let's first demystify what energy really means. Energy is not just what powers your electronics or fuels your muscles. Energy is the foundational essence of everything. Your thoughts, your emotions, your words, your actions. They all carry energy, and energy at its core vibrates. When you think a thought, your brain emits electromagnetic waves. When you feel an emotion, your body releases hormones, shifts posture, and alters your breathing. All of these are measurable energy signatures. They radiate outward. They affect others. They impact your environment. And here's the kicker, they come back to you. This is the energetic loop of existence. You send energy, you receive energy, and this dance continues moment by moment. The law of resonance. Much like a tuning fork resonates when struck near another of the same pitch, your energy field resonates with vibrations in your external world. This is called the law of resonance. It's not mystical, it's mechanical. When you radiate a frequency of joy, opportunities and people that mirror that joy appear. When you emit scarcity, you perceive scarcity. You feel stuck not because the world is blocking you, but because your signal is tuned to a frequency that doesn't match your desire. Once you understand this, blame disappears. Power returns. Ancient echoes. Vibration in sacred teachings. From the emerald tablets of Hermes Trismegistus to Vedic chants in ancient India, vibration has always been central to spiritual philosophy. The ancients understood what modern quantum physics is just now confirming, that sound, intention, and frequency shape matter. Temples were built with acoustics in mind. Sacred symbols like the flower of life weren't decoration. They were diagrams of vibrational harmony. The sacred syllable Om isn't just a chant. It's the vibrational sound of the universe itself. Today we call it frequency. Back then, they called it divine order. Every thought is a transmission you are constantly emitting. Whether you're laughing or grieving, loving or resenting, you're broadcasting your state into the universe. Thoughts are not contained within the brain. They extend beyond the skull in waves. They alter the energy field around you. What are you sending out right now? Are your thoughts aligned with gratitude or fear, expansion or contraction? The universe does not respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. The invisible mirror. Here's where it gets personal. Everything you see in your life, your relationships, your finances, your health, is a reflection of your dominant frequency. If your life feels chaotic, check your inner world. If your relationships feel draining, examine your beliefs about love and self-worth. If you feel constantly busy but unfulfilled, Investigate what emotions are fueling your actions. The outer world is the visible mirror of your invisible vibration. You are an instrument. Think of yourself as a finely tuned instrument. Your body, your breath, your voice, all aspects of your being create vibration. And like any instrument, when out of tune, the music becomes discordant. You don't need to force harmony. You only need to tune in. And how do you do that? By noticing. Notice your breath. Is it shallow or deep? Notice your posture. Is it open or collapsed? Notice your thoughts. Are they creative or critical? Tuning begins with awareness. Frequency as identity. The idea that you are what you vibrate is more than a metaphor. It's a framework for living. High-frequency living is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about aligning with the truth of who you are, a being made of light, capable of infinite creativity. When you embrace this truth, you stop chasing validation. You stop reacting to circumstances. You begin living from the inside out. Confidence is a frequency. So is self-love. So is abundance. These are not things you earn. They are states you choose. Micro moments, macro shifts. You don't have to overhaul your life to change your frequency. Start small. Choose love when it's hard. Choose gratitude when it's inconvenient. Choose calm when chaos surrounds you. These micro moments compound. Each choice creates a ripple. Each ripple becomes a wave. And eventually your life begins to shift. You'll start to notice synchronicities. The right people will appear. New opportunities will emerge. These are not accidents. They are reflections. Elevating through intention. Intentional living is the jet fuel of vibrational mastery. When you wake up with purpose, speak with clarity, move with presence, your energy field becomes coherent, and coherence attracts coherence. Set intentions like tuning a dial. Don't just react to the day, shape it. Before you enter a room, decide how you want to feel. Before you begin a conversation, choose your energetic posture. Intention is your tuning fork. Daily practices to raise frequency. To embody this fully, integrate practices that elevate your state. Breath work. Your breath is your frequency regulator. Conscious breathing grounds your energy and raises your vibration. Gratitude. Journaling. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance, instantly lifting your vibration. Movement. Dance, walk, stretch. Moving your body moves stuck energy. Silence. In stillness, you recalibrate. Silence isn't empty. It's full of frequency. Sound. Listen to high-frequency music, binaural beats, or chant sacred sounds. Let sound recalibrate your cells. Your energy precedes you. Long before you speak a word, your energy announces your presence. It enters the room, it connects, or it repels. The most powerful people are not those who dominate a room. They are those who harmonize it. That harmony begins within. You don't need to fix the outside world. You need only to master your inner frequency. Everything else will follow. Conclusion. The power of now. This moment is your tuning opportunity, your point of access. Every breath, every thought, every feeling, an invitation to realign. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are simply vibrating at a frequency that can now evolve. You are the instrument. You are the composer. You are the song. And the frequency of you, it's just getting started. Part 2, Aligning with the Universe. Alignment isn't a destination, it's a frequency. And like all frequencies, it can be tuned, refined, elevated. When you align with the universe, you don't just move through life, you flow with it. You stop pushing, you start harmonizing, you stop chasing, you start attracting. This isn't a concept, it's a shift, a vibrational calibration that turns chaos into clarity, resistance into rhythm, noise into music. But what does it mean to align? How do we know when we are? And how can we stay in alignment even when life feels heavy, confusing, or out of control? Let's begin with a fundamental truth. You and the universe speak the same language, vibration. Everything in creation operates through energetic communication. From the orbit of planets to the beat of your heart, All systems operate by the same universal law, vibration. And just like tuning into the right radio station brings music instead of static, aligning your internal vibration with the frequency of universal intelligence brings coherence instead of confusion. When your thoughts, emotions, body, and spirit vibrate in unison with this field, reality begins to respond. People start showing up. Serendipities unfold. Clarity arrives. Everything you need becomes available. Not because it magically appears, but because you've matched its signal. Here's the paradox. You don't need to go find your destiny. You need only to tune to it. The anatomy of alignment is not a rigid set of rules. It's an ongoing dance between intention and intuition. It's about becoming sensitive to what resonates and courageous enough to follow it. When you are in alignment, you feel energized, not depleted. You feel guided, not lost. You feel connected, not isolated. Your actions feel inspired. Your emotions feel coherent. Your relationships feel mutual. Misalignment feels like tension, confusion, and fatigue. But it's not a failure, it's feedback, a signal asking you to recalibrate. Listening to the signals. The universe is constantly communicating through signs, synchronicities, emotional resonance. The more attuned you become, the clearer the messages are. A repetitive thought? That's a vibrational nudge. A sudden burst of inspiration? That's universal momentum. A persistent obstacle? That's a frequency mismatch. When you ignore the whispers, life starts shouting. But when you listen, everything quiets. Everything aligns. The emotional guidance system. Your emotions are your built-in alignment detector. Joy, ease, excitement. These are signs you're vibrating in harmony. Anxiety, resentment, lethargy. These are cues you're out of sync. Emotions are not to be judged. They are to be understood. Every emotion is a compass. The more you honor them, the more precise your alignment becomes. The art of recalibration. No one stays aligned 24/7. Life is dynamic. Energy shifts. Circumstances evolve. But the skill is in returning. Realignment happens when you pause and breathe. Reconnect with your intention. Choose presence over projection. Let go of force and embrace flow. Recalibration isn't correction, it's remembering. Coherence, the gateway to universal flow. Coherence is when your heart, brain, and body are in vibrational sync. In this state, your electromagnetic field becomes ordered, powerful, magnetic. Research shows that when you're in a state of heart-brain coherence, your intuition sharpens, your immune system strengthens, your creativity expands. This is not mystical, it's measurable. Practices like meditation, gratitude, and breathwork restore coherence. They return you to your natural rhythm. The frequency of surrender alignment doesn't mean you control everything. It means you surrender to the intelligence of everything. Surrender is not giving up. It's letting go of resistance. It's trusting that the universal mind sees a picture far greater than you can. When you surrender, you make space. And into that space, wisdom flows. Clarity arrives. Energy lifts. This is the art of allowing. Living as a tuning fork. When you live in alignment, you become a tuning fork for others. Your presence helps recalibrate the room. Your peace radiates beyond words. You become the anchor, the light, the reminder. Not because you preach, but because you are. The universe doesn't just respond to aligned energy, it amplifies it. So when you align, you don't just benefit yourself, you shift the field around you. And when enough people do this, coherence becomes collective. Instruments of alignment. To strengthen alignment, use your daily life as your laboratory. Every moment is a chance to refine your frequency. Ask yourself, does this thought align with who I am becoming? Does this action feel light or heavy? Is this choice moving me toward coherence or away from it? Alignment isn't something you wait for. It's something you choose, moment by moment. Conclusion, the echo of alignment. When you align with the universe, you become a living echo of harmony. Life starts to hum. You begin to notice the music in the mundane. You realize that heaven isn't a place, it's a vibration, and you are already there. Stay in the vibration. Part 3 is where we quantum leap. Part 3, the leap to higher consciousness. You've begun to understand vibration. You've felt the harmony of alignment. Now you are ready to leap. Not a step, not a climb, a quantum leap. This is the moment when your inner frequency shifts so radically that your external reality can no longer stay the same. It's the moment your energy upgrades and your entire life recalibrates. A quantum leap is not a slow evolution. It is a rapid elevation, a realignment so complete that the person you were becomes incompatible with the reality you step into. From knowing to being, you've read the words. You've felt the resonance, but now it's time to move beyond understanding into embodiment. This is where spiritual growth becomes spiritual activation. It's not enough to know the law of vibration. You must become it. To leap is to shed layers, to unlearn illusions, to stop settling for fragments when you were born for fullness. The observer effect, you are the catalyst. Quantum physics tells us something staggering. Particles exist in a state of potential until observed. Your observation, the act of conscious awareness, collapses that potential into form. You are not just witnessing your world, you are shaping it. The observer effect proves it. What you pay attention to expands. What you focus on becomes real. So when you hold a vision, not just with your mind, but with your frequency, you're not imagining, you're creating. You're calling the wave into form. You are the observer, but also the sculptor, the director, the architect. The role of consciousness is not confined to your brain. It is a field that surrounds you, connects you, and informs you. And when you raise your consciousness, through stillness, through truth, through love, you change the field you live in. You begin to perceive subtle guidance. Synchronicities accelerate. Inner knowing becomes louder than outer noise. This isn't fantasy. This is the frontier of spiritual physics, the vibrational threshold. Every major leap in life requires a vibrational threshold, a point of no return. It's the moment you choose your highest self over your familiar self. It's when your desire for expansion becomes greater than your fear of change. The leap begins not with action, but with identity. Who would I be if I already had everything I desire? Not what should I do, but what must I become? This is the leap. Upgrading the signal. To leap vibrationally is to upgrade the signal you send to the universe. Start speaking like the person you are becoming. Move like the person who is already in alignment. Make decisions not from your past, but from your vision. This creates coherence between thought, word, action, and frequency. The universe cannot ignore coherence. It echoes it. Emotions as accelerators. High-frequency emotions, like gratitude, wonder, awe, are not accessories. They are accelerators. Gratitude is the emotional signature of receiving. When you feel grateful for something that hasn't happened yet, you're collapsing time. You're telling the universe, it is already done, and the universe answers in kind. Living in the quantum field. In the quantum field, there is no separation. Time folds. Distance dissolves. Everything you desire already exists as a vibrational possibility. Your job is not to force it into being. Your job is to tune to it, hold the vision, live the vibration, trust the unfolding. Resistance, the final test. Every leap will be tested by resistance. Doubt will whisper, fear will return, old patterns will seduce. This is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that the leap is working. Your old vibration is unraveling. Let it. You don't need to fix the old story. You only need to write the new one. Integration, becoming the future. You to leap is to integrate, to move your future identity into the now. Speak as them, walk as them, decide as them. This is not faking it. This is activating it. You are not chasing your dreams. You are aligning with the version of you that already lives them. Collapse the gap between who you are and who you're becoming is only one thing: vibration. Collapse the gap. Become the frequency. Live the leap. This is the new paradigm of creation. Not hustle, not fear, but alignment, coherence, elevation. Final transmission. You are the shift, you've heard it said. The universe is a mirror. But here's the deeper truth. The mirror responds not to your appearance, but to your vibration. So change the signal and watch your world transform. You are not here to survive. You are here to resonate, to rise, to remember, to leap. Everything is energy, and energy responds to intention. You are no longer the passenger, you are the frequency. And now that you've remembered that, welcome to your next vibration. Final paragraph. Embodying the infinite frequency. Now here you stand, on the edge of a reality you've begun to remember, and one you're ready to create. The quantum leap is no longer a theory in your mind or an inspiration in your heart. It's a cellular truth, a shift in your field, a new frequency pulsing through your being. And as you breathe into this new vibration, you begin to realize something profound. You were never disconnected. You were never broken. You were simply dormant, waiting, preparing, silently tuning to the signal that now echoes through your entire life. You are no longer just a student of energy. You are now its living embodiment. Every cell in your body has become a conductor of the universal current. Your breath carries intelligence. Your words hold intention. Your presence emits coherence. You are not trying to create a new life. You are remembering the one that's already coded into your highest vibration. In this remembrance, you reclaim your sacred responsibility, not to struggle, not to hustle, not to chase, but to tune in, to listen, to align, to radiate. Because the new world you desire isn't coming one day. It's available now, not by effort, but by frequency, not by reaction, but by revelation. You don't manifest your dreams through force. You allow them to arrive by matching their music. So what does it mean to embody this fully? It means living your truth so deeply that your vibration becomes undeniable. It means feeling so elevated that even your silence speaks of transformation. It means being so anchored in purpose that the universe bends around your certainty. This is the life of a vibrational master. Not a perfect life, but a present one. Not a life without contrast, but one where contrast becomes clarity. Every setback becomes signal. Every emotion becomes an instrument. Every moment becomes a mirror. You no longer fear what the future holds because you now hold the future in your field. You wake with clarity. You move with intuition. You speak with reverence. And you rest in the knowing that you are not alone. You are connected, guided, aligned. Because at every level of reality, across all timelines, dimensions, and possibilities, there is only one truth that echoes through all. Vibration is the language of creation. And you, dear soul, are fluent. As you walk forward from this transmission, let the energy move through you. Let your vision become your vibration. Let your being become your broadcast. Do not dim. Do not delay. Do not detour. Live boldly. Love fully. Speak gently. Move consciously. And most of all, vibrate intentionally. You have always been the creator. You have always been the signal. And now the universe responds. So take this final breath, not as a conclusion, but as a calibration. Inhale your power, exhale your past, and step into your future, not as a seeker, but as a frequency. The world will not recognize you by your name, your title, or your appearance. It will know you by your energy. It will feel you by your light, and it will remember you as the one who mastered their vibration. Welcome to the next evolution of your being, not just aligned, embodying the infinite.